Dear boys, I am Mohammad Jahangir Hussain, welcoming you to my new class. Today I am going to discuss about preposition. You know preposition is very important in a sentence. When you write a sentence, if you cannot use right form of prepositions, suitable prepositions, the meaning of the sentence may be different from what you intend to say. That's why we should give much importance and emphasis on preposition. So we need to know what's a preposition. As you know it before, you knew it before. When you were the students of class 1, 2, or 3, you got some idea about prepositions. As the first sentence we write, the boy goes to school every day. The boy goes to school every day. Here to is preposition. He is known to me. When we write he is known to me in this sentence, to is preposition. I have no connection with him with is preposition here. So what's preposition? A preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words within a sentence. They act to connect the people, objects, time, and location of a sentence. Prepositions are usually short words and they are normally placed directly before nouns, pronouns, or noun equivalents to show their relations to some other words in the sentences. So you have learned about preposition. What's a preposition? What is the function of a preposition? So prepositions are very important. Why they are so important? There are two very important rules to remember when using prepositions because they are somewhat vague. Learning about prepositions and using them correctly in sentences takes practice. If you practice a lot, you will be able to write correctly. You will be able to use suitable forms of prepositions where necessary. The first rule is that to make sentences clear, specific prepositions are needed. For example, the preposition in means one thing and the preposition on cannot substitute for it in all cases. Some prepositions are interchangeable, but not always. The correct preposition means one particular thing. And using a different preposition will give the sentence a very different meaning. I want to see you in the house now. It means something very different from I want to see you on the house now, Bill. In the house means Bill should go through the door, walk inside, and stand in the hall or living room. On the house means Bill would need to get a ladder and climb to the roof, where he would be on top of the house. What I have discussed here is that actually in, on, the difference between in, on, with, at, from, since, for, etc. We use a particular preposition for a particular sentence to give a particular meaning. So if you forget to write the correct form, the meaning will be different than from what you want to intend to say. So there are so many prepositions, hundreds and hundreds of prepositions. Here it is said that there are more than 100 prepositions in the English language. In addition, there are endless prepositions possibilities of creating prepositional phrases. So you need to know what is prepositional phrase. What's a prepositional phrase? Prepositional phrases begin with a preposition and end with a noun or pronoun. In the following sections, you will find examples of prepositions, types of prepositions, a comprehensive list of prepositions, and some helpful preposition exercises. As you read the examples and study the list, remember that these prepositions usually convey concepts such as comparison, direction, place, purpose, source, position, and time. Okay, notice. I prefer to read in the library. In first sentence, prefer to. To is preposition here. He climbed up the ladder to get onto the roof. In this sentence, we have two prepositions, up and onto. Please sign your name on the dotted line after you read the contract. In the last sentence, we have two prepositions, on and after. Go down the stairs and through the door. Down, through. He swam across the pool, across. Take your brother with you. With. These are prepositions. You know, actually you are well acquainted with prepositions. Now you need to know how to use suitable prepositions. Type of prepositions, we need to know the types. Prepositions of time. Basic examples of time prepositions include at, on, in, before, and after. They are used to help indicate when something happened, happens, or will happen. Happened in the past tense, happens at present, and will happen in the future. It can get a little confusing though, as many different prepositions can be used. On, before date, we use on. I was born on July 4th, 1982. Here, a comma is used. Without comma, we could use here in. I was born on July 4th in 1982. I was born in 1982. I was born at exactly 2 a.m. Next, I was born 2 minutes before my twin brother. I was born after the Great War ended. So in these sentences, type of prepositions of time. I was born. When was I born? On July 4th, 1982. I was born in 1982. I was born at exactly 2 a.m. Next, I was born 2 minutes before my twin brother. Then, I was born after the Great War ended. এই যে সেন্টেন্স গুলো পড়লাম এর ভিতরে ওয়ান ডেটের পার্টিকুলার ডেটের পূর্বে ওয়ান ব্যবহৃত হয় তোমরা জানো ইয়ারের পূর্বে বিফোর এ ইয়ার ইন ব্যবহৃত হয় সময় 5টা 4টা 3টা ইত্যাদি এগুলোর পূর্বে অ্যাড ব্যবহৃত হয় বিফোর মানে আগে আফটার মানে পরে তোমরা জানো আগে পরে বিফোর আফটার I was born after the Great War ended. The above makes it seem quite difficult with 5 different prepositions used to indicate when something happened. However, there is a set of guidelines that can help decide which preposition to use. But you need to read more and more. You know, for years, months, seasons, centuries, and times of day use the prepositions in. We use preposition in. I first met John in 1987. It's always cold in January. Easter falls in spring each year. The Second World War occurred in the 20th century. We eat breakfast in the morning. Use of in. আমরা in এর ব্যবহার আরো অনেক আছে, so many uses of in. Time লাগবে. For days, dates, and specific holidays, we use preposition on. We go to school on Mondays, but not on Sunday. Christmas is on December 25th. Buy me a present on my birthday. Date, holidays, days, normal day, Friday, on Saturday, on Monday, etc. We use on. Before and after should be much easier to understand than the other examples of prepositions of time. Both are used to explain when something happens or will happen, but specifically in relation to another thing. Before I discovered this bar, I used to go straight home after work. Before I discovered this bar, I used to go straight home after work. We will not leave before 3 p.m. Before. Debit comes before by the line, but after lose by not in capital letter, it will be. Other prepositions of time could include during, about, around, until, and throughout. Okay, there are some sentences. The concert will be staged throughout the month of May. Throughout. I learned how to ski during the holidays. He usually arrives around 3 p.m. It was about 6 in the morning when we made it to bed. The store is open until midnight. Prepositions of place. To confuse matters a bit, the most common prepositions to indicate time, on, at, in, are also the most common prepositions to indicate position. On, at, in, আমরা সময়কে নির্দেশ করতে ব্যবহার করি, কিন্তু কনফিউজিং কেন? এগুলো আবার প্লেসকে, পজিশন, জায়গাকে, অর্থাৎ প্রিপোজিশন অফ প্লেস, সেই সব জায়গায় আমরা কিছু কিছু জায়গায় বিশেষে আমরা on, at, in ইউজ করে থাকি। However, the rules are a little clearer as place prepositions are a more rigid concept than time prepositions. The cat is on the table. Where is the cat? The table, and the cat is on the table. টেবিলের উপরে একটা জায়গা বোঝাচ্ছে। সো আগে বলেছিলাম we do not go to school, এখনকার কথা যদি বলি on Friday, তো টাইমের জন্য বলা হয়েছিল। The cat is on the table, on এখানে প্লেসের জন্য। The dogs are in the kennel. কোথায় জায়গা বোঝাচ্ছি প্লিজ we can meet at the crossroads. Next, one is used when referring to something with a surface. The sculpture hangs on the wall. The images are on the page. The specials are on the menu, which is on the table. Use of in. In preposition is used when referring to something that is inside or within confined boundaries. This could be anything, even a country. Jim is in France visiting his aunt in the hospital. The whiskey is in the jar in the fridge. The girls play in the garden. The boys play in the field. Okay. At. At is used when referring to something at a specific point. The boys are at the entrance at the movie theater. He stood at the bus stop at the corner of Water and High Streets. We'll meet at the airport. I am looking at the window. I am looking at the wall. I am looking at the wall. At. What are you looking at? There are so many words you can use with a verb. Look at. I am looking at the wall. মানে আমি ওয়ালের দিকে তাকিয়েছি। I am looking through the window. আমি জানালার ভিতর দিয়ে তাকাচ্ছি। অর্থাৎ প্রিপোজিশনের ব্যবহার multi-dimensional use of prepositions. Lots of other prepositions of place such as under, over, inside, outside, above, and below are used in English. There is, however, a lot less confusion as they refer to rigid prepositions rather than abstract ones. The cat is under the table. Where is the cat? Under the table. Put the sandwich over there. The key is locked inside the car. They stepped outside the house. Major is ranked above corporal. He is waving at you from below the stairs. In these sentences, over, inside, outside, above, below are prepositions of place. Next, prepositions of movement. We need to know something about it. Prepositions of movement are quite easy to understand as they are less abstract than prepositions of place and time. Essentially, they describe how something or someone moves from one place to another. The most commonly used preposition of movement is to, which usually serves to highlight that there is movement towards a specific destination. Prepositions of movement. Examples are given below. He has gone on occasion to France. Oh. She went to the bowling alley every Friday last summer. I will go to bed when I am tired. They will go to the zoo if they finish their errands. 2. Just when we move from one place to another, shift from one thing to another, we use to. This is preposition of movement. Other more specific prepositions of movement include through, across, up, down, and into. These prepositions can sometimes get mixed up with others. While they are similar, they have individual meanings that add context to the movement. Across, for example, we can use the word across. Refers to moving from one side to another. Mike traveled across America on his motorcycle. Rebecca and Judy are swimming across the lake from one place to another, so they are moving. Through refers to moving directly inside something and out the other end. The bullet, Ben shot, went through the window. The train passes through the tunnel. Into, Goti, refers to entering or looking inside something. James went into the room. They stared into the darkness. And there are so many uses of into, through, across, up, over, down, past, and around indicate directions of movement. When Jack went up the hill, up, Jill came tumbling down after. We will travel over rough terrain on our way to Grandma's house. The horse runs around the track all morning. A car zoomed past a truck on the highway. Okay, dear boys, আগেই বলা হয়েছে প্রিপোজিশন কি। প্রিপোজিশন আসলে একটা লিঙ্ক স্থাপন করে নাউন এবং প্রোনাউন এবং নাউন ইকুইভ্যালেন্টের সাথে। তো নাউনের সাথে প্রিপোজিশন গুলো কিভাবে হয় দেখো, প্রিপোজিশনস উইথ নাউন্স, আমরা হি ডিসপ্লেড ক্রুয়েলটি towards his dog. Preposition with nouns. She had knowledge of physics. The travel with Jack, with 21st, the age at which you are allowed to drink. Bolt made another attempt at the world record. The police held an inquiry into the murder. যে শব্দগুলো আমরা ব্যবহার করেছি প্রিপোজিশনের সাথে সবই নাউন। প্রিপোজিশনস উইথ নাউন, নাউনের সাথে কিভাবে প্রিপোজিশন যায়। প্রিপোজিশনস উইথ ভার্বস, যেমন এগ্রি একটা শব্দ, এখানে যা লেখা আছে থাকুক, পরে আলোচনা করি। ধরো এগ্রি, আমি তোমার সাথে একমত নই, আমরা যখন ব্যবহার করি আমি তোমার সাথে একমত নই। আই ডু নট এগ্রি উইথ ইউ, আই ডু নট এগ্রি উইথ ইউ, আমি তোমার সাথে একমত পোষণ করতে পারছি না বা একমত না। আবার আমি তোমার প্রস্তাবের সাথে একমত পোষণ করতে পারছি না। I do not agree to your proposal. Agree একই শব্দ ভার্ব, সেখানে প্রিপোজিশন আলাদা হওয়াতে অর্থ আলাদা হচ্ছে। সুতরাং একই ভার্বের সাথে নানা রকম প্রিপোজিশন ব্যবহৃত হয়ে আলাদা অর্থ প্রকাশ করতে পারে। জানার দরকার, মানে এগুলো যতই পড়বে মনে রাখবে ততই সুবিধা। মানে বিশেষ কোনো স্পেশাল শর্টকাট কোনো নিয়ম নাই যে ওইটা মুখস্থ করলেই সব মনে থাকবে, আলাদা করে মনে রাখতে হবে। He handed the charge over to his subordinate. Handed verb, handed the charge over to his subordinate. I go to Cox's on vacation twice a year. William can relate to the character in the play. আমরা ভার্বের সাথে টু ব্যবহার করলাম, ভার্বের সাথে ফর ব্যবহার করে দেখি। He must apologize for his actions. Apologize for আমরা ক্ষমা চাওয়ার ক্ষেত্রে বলি যে সে তার কাজের জন্য ক্ষমা, তাকে অবশ্যই ক্ষমা চাইতে হবে, এরকম। তার অ্যাকশন অবশ্যই ভালো অ্যাকশন না, যে কাজ করেছে এটা প্রত্যাশিত কাজ করেনি। We searched for ages before we found the perfect apartment. Searched for সন্ধান করা, খোঁজা, for ages বছরের পর বছর খোঁজার পরে we found the perfect apartment. I provide for my family by working 2 jobs. Provide for my family. I provide for my family by working 2 jobs. দুইটা কাজ করে আমি আমার পরিবারের ভরণ পোষণ করি। ভার্ব এর সাথে উইথ ব্যবহৃত হয়ে সেন্টেন্সের কেমন অর্থ হয়ে যায়? I don't agree with your claim. না, with your claim না। I don't agree with you. This is correct sentence. The man killed the snake with a stick. They began with a quick warm-up. They began what? Something. With a quick warm-up. But plus of. We know. I dream of a better life. Have you heard of Shakespeare? The bread consists of dough, raisins, and a little honey. Consist of. ভার্বের সাথে in preposition ব্যবহার করা হবে ভার্বের পরে। Does Rick believe in miracles? Helen lives in New York. We live in Bangladesh. The bus accident resulted in my being late to work. Result in. Verb at. We arrived at our destination. Eleni excels at singing. Will the baby smile at her mother? Verb plus one. There are so many prepositions. আমি কিছু উদাহরণ মানে দেখাচ্ছি এই অনুসারে তোমরা পড়বা। We should really concentrate on our studies now. Helen insisted on Brenda's company. Maurice experimented on some canvas. Verb plus from. Since turning 80,